Welcome to my channel, The World Coin. Hello and welcome, coin lovers. This channel is dedicated to the fascinating world of coins from every corner of the globe. From ancient currency to modern mints, rare finds to everyday coins, we explore their history, design, and hidden stories. So subscribe now and join our growing community of coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and curious minds. Here coins top 20 cent Australia, so let's get started. The Australian 20-cent coin minted in the year 2000 represents far more than just a piece of change in someone's pocket. It is part of a series of decimal coins that were introduced in 1966, when Australia transitioned from the pound shilling pence system to the decimal-based dollar system. This transition was not merely an economic reform, but also a cultural one, as it symbolized Australia's growing independence and modernization in the late 20th century. By the time the year 2000 arrived, the 20-cent coin had already been circulating for 34 years, and it had become one of the most recognizable and widely used denominations in the country. The 2000-dated 20-cent coin holds historical significance as it was struck at the dawn of the new millennium, a symbolic year that marked technological advances, globalization, and also Australia's role in a rapidly changing world. While it may appear as just another coin, when examined closely, it becomes a window into Australia's heritage, economy, and culture. On the obverse front of the 2000 Australian 20-cent coin, one finds the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, who at that time was still the reigning monarch of Australia and other Commonwealth realms. This portrait was designed by the sculptor Ian Rank-Broadley, whose initials, IRB, can often be found below the Queen's neck. Rank-Broadley's portrait, introduced in 1998, was notable for its realism. Unlike earlier depictions of Elizabeth II, which often portrayed her in a youthful, idealized manner, this effigy reflected her mature age, with greater attention to detail in her features. For collectors, this marked a significant shift in how Commonwealth nations presented their monarch on currency, not as a timeless, ageless figure, but as a real and respected sovereign. The obverse also carries the inscriptions, Elizabeth II, and Australia 2000, clearly showing the issuing authority and the year of minting. The reverse of the Australian 20-cent coin features the platypus, one of the most unique and iconic animals in Australia's wildlife. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, the renowned goldsmith and jeweler who designed Australia's first decimal coin series in 1966. Devlin was known for his ability to capture the natural beauty and spirit of Australian fauna in his designs, and the platypus on the 20-cent coin is among his most celebrated works. The platypus is shown swimming gracefully, surrounded by stylized rippling water. The choice of the platypus was deliberate. This semi-aquatic mammal is native to eastern Australia and Tasmania, and it holds a special place in both Aboriginal culture and modern Australian identity. The platypus is also biologically remarkable, one of the only mammals that lays eggs, and with unique features such as a duck-like bill, webbed feet, and the ability to sense electric fields. The denomination, 20, is prominently displayed, ensuring clarity of value for everyday use. The 20-cent coin of 2000 is struck from cupronickel, an alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This alloy was chosen for its durability, corrosion resistance, and attractive silvery appearance. Mass: 11.30 grams. Diameter: 28.65 millimeters. Thickness: 2.5 millimeters. Edge: milled, reading around the edge for tactile and anti-counterfeiting purposes. The coin's size makes it one of the larger denominations in Australia's circulating currency, giving it a significant presence in hand. Its durability has allowed many coins from the year 2000 to still circulate today, often with minimal wear. The exact mintage of the 2020-cent coin was around 108 million pieces, which is considered a large mintage. This means that it was produced in vast numbers to meet circulation demand across the country. Because of this high number, most 2020-cent coins are relatively common in everyday transactions and are not considered scarce in circulated grades. However, like all coins, condition plays a crucial role. Uncirculated or proof versions of the 2020-cent coin, particularly those found in official mint sets or with flawless surfaces, are far more desirable to collectors. To fully appreciate the 20-cent coin of this year, one must consider the broader events of 2000 in Australia. Sydney Olympics. Australia hosted the Summer Olympic Games in Sydney in September 2000, which became one of the most celebrated international events in the nation's history. Although the 20-cent coin itself did not carry a special Olympic design, the Royal Australian Mint did release commemorative coins in other denominations to mark the occasion. Still, ordinary 2000-dated circulation coins like the 20 cents became everyday reminders of that historic year. The millennium. Like much of the world, Australia entered the year 2000 with excitement and some anxiety, the Y2K bug fears. The coins of that year, bearing the date 2000, serve as historical artifacts of this unique turning point in modern history. Economic stability. The Australian economy in 2000 was relatively strong, supported by natural resources, agriculture, and growing international trade. Coins like the 20 cents were essential in everyday transactions, from small purchases in local shops to use in vending machines and public transport. For most collectors, the 2000 Australian 20-cent coin in circulated condition is worth face value 20 cents. However, in higher grades, such as uncirculated or mint state, values can rise modestly, often ranging from $2 to $10 AUD depending on condition. Special proof issues or coins preserved in official Royal Australian Mint sets can fetch higher prices, sometimes up to $15 - 20 Australian dollars, due to their quality and presentation. Collectors also prize these coins for their connection to the millennium year and for the iconic platypus design, which remains timeless and uniquely Australian. In the year 2000, the 20-cent coin was an essential denomination in circulation. It was frequently used for parking meters, public telephones still in wide use at the time, newspapers, small grocery items, and children's treats. Its convenient value made it a workhorse coin, bridging the gap between the smaller 10-cent and the larger 50-cent pieces. Even today, despite the rise of digital payments and card transactions, the 20-cent coin continues to hold its place in Australian currency. The presence of the platypus on the 20-cent coin is more than just artistic decoration. It symbolizes Australia's connection to its natural environment and its responsibility to protect rare and unusual species. The choice of native animals for coinage also helped distinguish Australian money from British coinage after decimalisation, emphasising the nation's independent character. Likewise, the inclusion of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse reflects Australia's constitutional monarchy and its ties to the Commonwealth. The coexistence of a British monarch and an Australian animal on the same coin reflects the dual strands of heritage and identity that continue to shape the nation. The 20 cents Australia 2000 coin is at once ordinary and extraordinary. To millions of Australians, it was simply a useful coin that passed through countless hands in daily trade. To numismatists and historians, however, it is a piece of art, a historical marker of the year 2000, and a symbol of Australia's wildlife, culture, and monarchy. It embodies the artistry of Stuart Devlin's design, the realism of Ian Rank-Broadley's effigy, and the practical role of coinage in society. While common in circulation, its story is rich, spanning economics, politics, culture, and natural heritage. Thus, the 20-cent coin from the year 2000 remains a small yet meaningful chapter in Australia's numismatic journey, forever linked to the new millennium, the Sydney Olympics, and the enduring image of the platypus gliding through water. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. A new coin story awaits you every next day.